Balling.
The Pelicans they're open to trading Lonzo Ball and JJ Redick, but we're going to talk about Lonzo Ball. Right now, he's averaging 12 points per game, 5 assists per game, shooting 39% from the field and 29% from three. So his efficiency is really bad. But what team do you want to see Lonzo Ball get traded to? I'll start first. The New York Knicks. All right. I'll say this. I have two teams, and the Knicks are my team that, yes, I want to see him traded to because I think he's an upgrade over Elfrid Payton, and his size, wingspan is a perfect fit for a team who predicates what they do on the defensive side of the ball. I think Lonzo Ball would be perfect with the Knicks, and Tom Thibodeau is a great coach who can bring that fire out in Lonzo Ball, and he'd be playing in such a great market like New York. I think it would be a win-win. You get an upgrade over Elfrid Payton, and you sell a lot of jerseys because it is Lonzo Ball in New York. My second pick is the Los Angeles Clippers. I mean, listen, I don't think it's going to take much to get Lonzo Ball. You can trade Patrick Patterson to stretch 4/stretch 5. He can fit with Zion and them better, and maybe like a second-round pick or future first. You can do that, and now the Clippers have a bench of Luke Kennard, Lou Will, Lonzo Ball,
Marcus Morris,
Ivica Zubac. Like, you have a true playmaker, and even if at the end of the games, if you want to go with a lineup of Lonzo, Kawhi, PG, Ibaka, and Batum, that's a really good lineup too, because now you have a natural playmaker in Lonzo Ball, and you get to keep Pat Bev. I don't think the Clippers have to trade Lou Will or Pat Bev for Lonzo Ball, and neither do I. And I don't think that the Pelicans want Lou Will or Patrick Beverley because they have enough guards.
Exactly.
They're trying to get rid of guards. So I think you can do it with the trade of Patrick Patterson to one of those teams. So I have the Knicks and Clippers as my two destinations.
Yeah, the first would be the Clippers. I think if you can find a way to keep Lou Will and Pat Bev, or even just keep Pat Bev, I think getting Lou Will is going to be wonderful. I think getting Lonzo Ball is going to be wonderful. I think Lou Will is at the point right now where he's probably one of their least most impactful players. I think Marcus Morris has been great off the bench. Kennard has been great off the bench. I think bringing in Lonzo Ball is going to give you that size at the point guard position when Pat Bev is in foul trouble, and he's a better playmaker than Pat Bev. Another team I would like to see him in Charlotte with his brother. I think he needs an environment like that. I think I think LA messed him up pretty bad. I think his dad messed him up pretty bad. I think New Orleans has kind of taken his confidence. He's seen Brandon Ingram grow into the player he's going to be, in. Lonzo's just like, damn, why can't I grow into that player? And I think an environment like Charlotte, quiet place, nice area, I got my bro out here, I think that will definitely turn the gear and turn him into the player he needs to be. They're both playmakers, but I feel like LaMelo has that scoring mentality, whereas Lonzo, we can see he's more of a Jason Kidd guy, finesse guy. So I think Charlotte and the Clippers would be my spot.
That would be funny. I'm sure that's what LeVar wants too.
No,
that would be
100%. And then they sign
LiAngelo.
LiAngelo. He's moving to Charlotte.
I think the first obvious pick, you guys both said it, the Clippers would be a perfect fit. He's that playmaker that they've been looking for, the playmaker they talked about in the offseason, and they never found, whether it was money or not being able to get somebody. Lonzo Ball would fit that playmaking role. He would be a great defender and just add to an already elite defensive lineup with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Serge Ibaka. Like, that defense would be great, and he would add that playmaking. I think he's a perfect fit in Los Angeles with the Clippers. I also like the Knicks fit, just because Thibodeau is such a great defensive coach. Lonzo is a really good defender, and he would be an upgrade over Elfrid Payton. But the place that I came up with, team we just talked about, the Phoenix Suns. I think he could come in and be that backup point guard that they're kind of looking for. Would be a great playmaker to pair alongside Devin Booker, get him those shots, and add some defense that, Devin Booker's not a great defender, so you could stick him on an opposing team's elite guard. And I don't think it would take much, like you were talking about with the Clippers. Maybe
Frank Kaminsky.
Yeah, Frank Kaminsky. Dario Saric is another guy with that $9 million. You would have to wait until the beginning of March, I think, because his contract was just signed. So there's that rule, whatever, with the newly signed contract. But it would be before the trade deadline, so that would fit. And I don't think it would cost much. Maybe Dario Saric, Jalen Smith, maybe if they want him. But
no.
I don't even think you would have to throw in a pick. So I think he would be a perfect fit there in Phoenix. Add some depth and bring in that playmaking point guard alongside Devin Booker. Get some depth.
I'm surprised you didn't mention this team. I think another team that would be good would be the Chicago Bulls.
Nah.
I think the Bulls need a true point guard. I don't think he starts over Kobe because Kobe's been really good this season.
If you watch him, he's actually improved.
Now, he's improved
tremendously
as a
on that
playmaker for sure. But I think the Bulls could use him. They play a fast tempo brand of basketball, which is going to help Lonzo. And another team, the Golden State Warriors. I think
I actually saw a trade package. It was Kelly Oubre for Lonzo and Josh Hart.
Would he start there or come off the bench?
Come off the bench.
come off the bench.
Brad Wanamaker is horrible.
I think Josh Hart
Agreed.
could start, though.
Over
And then start Curry at the 2 or start Josh Hart at the 2?
No, start Josh Hart at the 2.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really make a difference.
Hart to 2.
Oh, yeah. Curry at the 2.
That's why I was as shocked as.
Yeah, nah. Curry no 2. Curry 1.
That's why I was when you said
Well, I would
you guys
start-
said Lonzo last week. When you said Lonzo to the Warriors, I was a little confused because
I would start
Curry can't play the 2.
Curry, Lee, Wiggins, and then have Hart and Lonzo off the bench. That's
So
what I
then,
would do.
would you be able to have lineups out there with Lonzo at the 2 and Curry at the 1?
No, you
Yes.
have Steph at the
Yeah.
1, but Lonzo would just bring the ball up. Same way how Draymond just brings the ball up, but Steph is the 1. You can still
Yeah,
have
no
the
doubt
lineup.
about it. Yeah, that's why I think Lonzo would be there. But also, I think
What about when Clay comes back? I brought that up, and you guys said we don't have to worry about Clay. He's not coming back till next
if
year.
Clay,
but
I mean, you still
have to think about
you still
that.
have Hart and Lonzo off the bench.
Ooh. No, because
I think
Lonzo's
it
a
just
free
makes
agent.
it better. I mean,
So,
you can sign
but
him
Are you
back.
going to trade him just for?
I don't even know.
I don't think you would
You can
trade him
sign
just
him
to be a
back.
rental.
You're digging too deep into this, bro.
You got to think about it though. I
You
mean,
gotta
not
think
just
about
making
that
those
later
trades
in
for
life,
nothing.
man. Like, talk about right now. I ain't thinking about Clay, man. We worry about.
I mean, they could sign Lonzo back if he's on the team already. I mean, I think it. Honestly, I wouldn't go that route that you said. I'd start Curry, Wiggins at 3, and Hart at the 2. I like Hart starting because of his defense,
Yeah,
and he can shoot the ball.
I like
too.
Damian Lee's 3-point shot.
Now, yeah, I know Damian Lee's good, but I think you can play him with Curry regardless.
Yeah.
And Lonzo, I think you can play him with Curry in spurts.
Yeah,
Because he's another playmaker who Kirk can probably have as a primary ball handler to run those plays and those sets for Steph. And he's not going to miss Steph like Oubre misses Steph. Like, he's not.
Or
is
any of them.
One of the biggest knocks that Steph had on the roster construction earlier this year was he said we need high IQ guys. I think Lonzo Ball is a super high IQ player.
I think Josh
They're
Hart
full
is too.
idiots.
I think Josh Hart is too.
Yeah, no, Josh Hart's a really good player.
he's not a bad shooter either.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a bad fit.
I mean, you can interchange him, or it doesn't really matter. You can interchange. I think the only problem would be Lonzo has to get his shot up. You can't have him and Draymond out there.
How much money is Lonzo going to command next year?
He can't command much. He's shooting
with-
39% from the field.
He's ridiculous. If
Well,
he
that's what I'm
command
asking. How much do you think he will be around?
7-8.
I think that's being generous. I'm gonna be honest.
So
Right now, what he brings is jersey
I think
sales.
he's straight getting money off potential alone.
I'm just trying to think of like the future moving forward for that deal with the Warriors. They would
mean,
be stacked at the guard.
As long as Lonzo doesn't average 20, which he won't, or 15, which he won't, he's not going to get a lot of money. If he goes to the Warriors with Steph and Wiggins already there and good scorers like Lee and Hart, if he goes there too, Lonzo's going to average 10 to 12 max. The same thing he's averaging now, but on better efficiency.
Like
if we're being
7-7,
honest.
you know what I'm saying?
And the Warriors play fast too, so that's going to help Lonzo out tremendously, especially when on the break. That's going to help Wiseman out and when they come off the bench. I mean, you got a bench. You could have a bench of Lonzo, Lee, or Lonzo, Hart, and Pascal. I think that's pretty good. You got a natural playmaker in Lonzo.
And Kevon Stupid Looney.
You could have some really good defensive lineups out there too. When you get, assuming Clay comes back is still a very good defender,
He will
you
be.
could have you could hide Steph with a lineup of like Lonzo, Clay, Draymond, James Wiseman.
I think Lonzo right now needs confidence. I don't think his jump shot is bad. He's just shooting bad. He just needs confidence. If he plays with Draymond and what Draymond does as a leader and as an on-court coach, he's going to be a heck of a player. And I don't think he will not command a lot
You have to
of
remember,
money.
they have Andrew Wiggins playing all NBA defense right now. They're definitely going to get Lonzo to play great.
I'm an Andrew Wiggins hater, and they have Andrew Wiggins playing like
So
a
you admit
valuable
you're an
piece.
Andrew Wiggins hater. Okay.
100%. 100%.
So I'm just saying,
potential.
the teams that we named were the Knicks, the Bulls, the Clippers, the Warriors, and you named another team, I believe. You named the Suns. So
Don't
those
forget
are
my Hornets?
and the Hornets.
Come on, man.
So we all agree Lonzo Ball should get traded to one of those teams.